Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the JustDoorToolZ permanent template. This is for the PR8501 door closer from Norton. PR8501 PA style closer. Okay, so at first glance you say, well, it looks like there's a lot happening. There really isn't, especially when you take a moment and simply review the installation instructions, which are linked to from below this video. And I can tell you that this is not the first JustDoorToolZ template that I have reviewed. And if you are an installer, you're doing a large job, a job that has you doing more than a couple of door closers, and you're just not interested in making your own template, or you want to have something that you will, in my opinion, consider a permanent sort of addition to your arsenal of abilities to install hardware. Or maybe you're a building engineer on a university where you're going to be constantly installing door closers. You might just have a one-time job where you've got 20 of them and quite frankly need to be able to delegate it to someone. Here are the closers, here's the template, here's how you use it, make it happen, that sort of thing. And I've done it where I've manufactured my own templates or just laid them out one by one. I quite frankly enjoy the assurance of knowing that there's repeatability in terms of getting the installation correct. There are not so many holes that you could really make an incorrect sort of location, marking of holes, getting it all attached. There's really only one stray hole, and that's the one up here in the corner, and that's really just meant for you to hang it on a nail should you want to do that, is the bottom line. Now, there is a link below this video to the installation instructions, and they're included with the document, or pardon me, with the item when it arrives to you. So the bottom line is this. If you're doing, this is a PR8501, which is inherently a PA closer, meaning that you're always going to be standing on the push side of the door or on the stop side of the opening, where the stops are applied. You're either going to be doing a right-hand door or a left-hand door. Really a left-hand reverse or a right-hand reverse. But for consideration of this video, think of them as in swing. Okay, so not to get bogged down in left-hand reverse equals right-hand or right-hand reverse equals left-hand. When you're standing on the push side of the door, the side that you're going to see the closer on, if the hinges are on the right, call that a right hand. If the hinges are on the left, call that a left hand. So, there you go. Now, when you're on the left, from your perspective, your left is going to be over here. Okay? So, the template itself, and really, by all means, follow along with the installation instructions. One side is for the body, the other side is for the arm. Let's do the body first. When you have the door open, and if you were to flush the edge of the template off to the edge of the door, and you were to hook this on the top of the door, you're going to achieve 180-degree opening per how you are templating the door closer. The location of the holes for the body itself will allow you to achieve 180-degree opening when this is flush to the vertical or the hinge style of the door and it's attached or hanging on the top of the door. If you want to achieve the 105-degree template, which would be found on the closer as well, mark a hole here for 105, slide your template over, flush the edge of the template off with that hole, with that mark for the 105 degree, mark your 4 holes. Now you've got the 4 holes for the body done. No measuring, no thinking, no mistakes is the bottom line. I like to use a center punch when I'm doing this. I would prefer to use a sharpened pencil only through these holes. Do not put a drill bit through these at all. They're not meant for that. Just a pencil. You could use a center punch, but honestly I would not want to ovalize that hole over time or fatigue the hole. Nice pencil. Boom, mark it, then use your center punch, your automatic center punch. Repeat the process if you're doing it the other side of the door. So again, when the template is flush to the hinge style of the door and it's resting on the top of the door, you'll have 180 degree. If you want it to be 105 degree, mark that hole, slide the template over till it meets the hole, then mark your holes for the closer body. That's it. Okay. Now, how do you do the arm? The arm is the second page in the installation instructions, and that's when you have the door open, 90 plus degrees. You're going to, and looking at page 2 of the installation instructions, you're going to have your frame that will be here. You're going to have your stop. You're basically going to rest this or pull it up to the face of the stop on the header, and now you're looking up. You're going to repeat the process. You're going to push this on the stop, and if you want the 180 degree, you'll leave this making contact with the stop from the jamb, from the hinge jamb. If you want the 105 degree, you're going to mark that, then slide your template over. This is always making contact with the stop. Okay, mark it, and then of course what you're finding here is you've got your location for the PR version of the arm, these 5 holes. If you're doing the left hand, which would be a right hand reverse, you're marking these holes. Okay. Page 2 of the installation instructions, in my opinion, make that a little bit clearer than I have made it in my verbal description, but you can see what I mean. These pictures are taken as if you're looking up in the opening and taking a picture straight up. Okay, so that's what that looks like. The overall length or the size of this template, just to give you an idea of how large this is, 18 inch. Then you've got an overall, it's about 6 1/4 inch. That material thickness is probably, I don't know, 50 thousandths maybe? 40 thousandths? Let's take a look. 43 thousandths of an inch, 43 hundredths, 0.043, that's how thick this is. It's basically the thickness of a kick plate. It's a little shy on that, but it's basically the thickness of a commercial kick plate. That's certainly a durable sort of thickness of the metal. Weighs 1.3 pounds, this piece of steel. Now, I see no reason why you would not invest in this template. Sure, they're expensive, but when you consider the amount of work that's done, not only to initially create the template, but even the repeatability of the template still involves a lot of time and labor. I think it's really a no-brainer. Perfect sort of client for this is going to be a city manager, someone doing a large university, like I had mentioned earlier, someone where you're going to be able to justify the cost of the template over time, especially if you have different people who will be doing it. If you've got people that will continue to be beginners at it, it's a 5-minute seminar on how to use the template, and then you're done. So the cost of the template is really divided out in the savings of time. And that's, I think, the greatest consideration as to why to simply purchase them is the case. Now, JustDoorToolZ has scores of available templates just for closers. Then they've got them for exit devices. They have them for mortise locks. There's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page on our site where you can view not only all the JustDoorToolZ products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, along with a link to the product catalog. The downside of JustDoorToolZ is simply this. We don't stock, we will likely not have in stock the template that you need. That's just the way it goes. It will have to be manufactured at the plant. At this time, the making of this video, they will not drop ship. It must come from them to us on our stock order, and then we here will send it out to you. The short version of all of this is allow adequate time. Allow a week for sure before we would ship, best case scenario. 1 to 2 weeks would be more accurate. So simply allow that time if you know in advance that you're doing it. Order the template certainly no later than you'd order the hardware, and hopefully before, so that you're ready to go when the material, when your closers arrive. And you can even do a reality check if you want to put that up against your door closers or your locks or your exit devices. Now, the link to the product catalog is handy because you'll see that they make a lot more than just templates. The approach that they have on their product line is clearly one from someone who has extensive, or people who have extensive industry within the installation aspect of commercial door hardware. I have sold not only their templates, but their dowel rods, their lock installation tools, screws that they sell. If you are involved in door installation as a subcontractor, even as a general contractor or building engineer, take a look at their catalog, even bookmark it. It's a handy resource because they've got a lot of tools that will help you in what you're doing. If you have any questions on the JustDoorToolZ Norton PR8501 PA permanent template for that Norton PR8501 PA closer or any other JustDoorToolZ product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.